this after an awful lot of study and experience, I think is a answer. I mean, God knows we need an answer for per person, you know, because we're per person people. But I'd like to tell you the format, and I'd like to tell you why I'm really excited about it. This work by Dr. William James Baldwin, this is trademark. Their main two researchers, practitioners are double degree doctors, which makes it very wonderful to quote. I'm not usually one to quote doctors, and I think if you look into John Eisen's, he used to put all his magazines on the web now, on his website, on censored.co.nz. And back about 3 issues is the 26 July 2000 JAMA, Journal of American Medical Association, 6-page direct quote, where the American Medical Association finds that they are the 3rd leading cause of death in America. Generally, what's true in America is kind of true in England, New Zealand, the West. And the statistics there are going about 200 million people have died, and it just breaks it on down in 6 pages. That the hospital, which for the last 10 years, you can read the statistics if you actually go there and look up books or Google. 30% of all hospital trade is generated by hospital trade. That's drugs that had side effects, things that were done wrong, and perhaps the general condition of their air conditioning and stuff. Anyway, that you can find in books. There's nothing particularly remarkable for those of us that study these things. But with the SRT and these double degree doctors, there's some that are fine, that's for sure. They've been going, and not necessarily with hypnosis. It's quite amazing. If you ask the right question, you get the right answer. And they've been taking patients. They're charging $400 or $500 an hour, so you don't go to them for little stuff. Dr. Modi, for instance, Shakuntala Modi, S. Modi, wrote Remarkable Healings. She has cited one chapter in her 630-page book there where she takes you from 0 to infinity. One chapter's on where she took 100 patients and found she had 86% cure rate of all primary and secondary symptoms in 2 to 3 sessions. Sessions are 2 to 6 hours, but 2 to 3 sessions is 1 week, 2 weeks, you know, if you want to pace it like that. And this is people, at least one mental illness, probably pretty severely, you know, possibly life-threatening physical ailment, and she's processed that out, and I would say it's because at last something is dealing with core. Core meaning they've found with their clients, I've been charging Koha, maybe that's why it doesn't go, that there's 5 different categories of entities, non-physical entities that are A, sucking energy, B, inserting their thoughts, feelings, and vibrations into that person. These entities are coming in before one is born, before one can speak, before one can think, any time in their life. And they do mix and match. Past lives, it's a bit strange to think of entity as a past life, one's past life, but it does work like that. There is a personality for all our past lives. And all of these entities will speak only through the client. It's no skipping around, say, oh, I feel this. No, no. If the client has said it, we deal with it. If they don't say it, we don't deal with it. And this is what repeatedly comes up. Past lives that haven't been sorted out for one reason or another. Might be as simple as, typically we mix and match with, say, a top 20 people, bosses, children, enemies, lovers, in different lifetimes, and to feel out every different aspect so we can finally get into a consciousness of the whole. And say, in one lifetime you had a great love, and you promise to love forever this person. That's fine in that life, but another life, say they're your boss, and it's not the least bit appropriate to be loving them forever. And so taking up that vow, or various different vows, and any vows where when it was involved in dark forces, needs to be done ASAP, authoritatively as possible. So, myriad of situations there, obviously. And that's just from an earth basis of lives. So, soul fragments are a little bit more difficult to define. Any impact, physical, spiritual, emotional, car accident, incest, whatever, can be too much for a person, just too much, and so that bunch of too much goes off now of your spirit. Though I appreciate it's hard to define soul, spirit, soul essence. Anyway, it goes off. Now, if it goes off outside oneself, it's called a soul fragment. If it stays inside the energy body of the person, it's called an inner child. So you can talk for years with a counselor about your inner child, or you can go to a SRT therapist and have it again speak through yourself, and see what its needs are, and you know, maybe it wants to be done, sure it's going to be taken care of, because it sure wasn't taken care of when it had to split off, and that means it's going to want a bit of time, you know, certainly at least a few weeks to see it's really going to be resolved well before one can have one's whole self back. Past life soul fragments, earthbound spirits, people have died, and for whatever reason not gone over to the other side. Say a person was ill, there was one guy, read the books, they're just fantastic, just absolutely incredible, fantastic. Felt he didn't deserve, because of his religion, his teaching, you know, and he didn't think he was that good a person, so he didn't go to the other side. But usually it's more like somebody who's an addict of drugs, alcohol, violence, something they really want more of, and they resisted the light and circulate around, might go to a bar where things are done that they want to feel more of, and usually these entities feel sorry for the person and want to help them. But that's not the point. Anyway, the point is that they can go into a person. Modi won't treat anyone that's taken a drink or drugs for 6 months. Baldwin says 1 glass of wine, 1 aspirin, codeine, whatever, for a tooth injection. You know, one of anything is enough to make holes. So, you know, it's something that where Baldwin found virtually no one didn't have some entities. I think there was one Qigong master that didn't. It was just in such an incredible positive state that